town where you're never quite sure if you're in Mexico, the Old West, a down-home U.S. city with classic Americana feel, or just up another cul-de-sac in Southern California's endless suburban sprawl, the one thing that seems to unite everyone is a love of good Mexican food. I'm not just talking about your standard tacos, burritos, and chips and salsa. In this town, I'm looking for mole. There are moles galore. You've heard of guacamole, but there are red moles, black moles, green moles. There are moles with namesakes, like the famous mole poblano from the town of Puebla. In Mexico, these are often linked proudly to some place or region. Oaxaca is the tierra de los siete moles, the land of the 7 moles. But don't forget, we're back up here in San Diego. Our story starts a few blocks past this beautiful stretch of architecture at the city's famous zoo with this guy. I bring him up for 2 reasons. 1, he's a subject of extreme interest to some members of my travel party. And 2, his historical territory includes much of Mexico, where he was and even still is an iconic figure for many traditional cultures like the Aztecs. And that's where I show you that we're on this tangent for a reason, besides showing you fuzzy animals, because like the Maya and the Zapotecs, Aztec peoples ground up chilies and other ingredients and cooked them together to form these beautiful sauces, and they've done this for hundreds and hundreds of years. Don't think that these groups are all just pre-Columbian peoples of ancient Mexico either. The language of the ancient Aztecs was classical Nahuatl, and today there are more than 1 million speakers of modern Nahuatl. That brings us to the real stuff. These savory, spicy, complex sauces. That's what you're here for, right? The Aztec word is mole. The Spanish added some ingredients to the mix, and added their language to the mix too, but sometimes the mixing went both ways. The Spanish borrowed the word mole, pronounced it mole, and that's the way it sounded when these hearty Mexican sauces made their way to the southwestern quadrant of these United States, where a lot of people speak English, at least in some towns on some days. Thanks to all this history, you can scour San Diego for moles in English or moles in Spanish, but I don't know how much luck you'll have speaking Nahuatl around here.